Hi, my name is Jess Pinkowski, and the lifespan stage I chose was adolescence, and the event I chose to talk about was puberty. Puberty marks the beginning of adolescence. This happens in males and females, and this is where you start to notice the formation of breasts, acne first appears, women get their first period. You notice more armpit and pubic growth, voice changes, and executive. Puberty is a period which adolescents reach sexual maturity. They become capable of reproduction. It's triggered by hormones, which can be estrogen, testosterone, and executive. Theories on puberty. Paget believed that puberty played a role in cognitive development, which means she thought that it allowed each person to think more about their morals, their changing bodies, and just have more cognitive thinking. Erik Erikson believed that puberty played a role in psychosocial development, which means it related more to the exploration of gender identity, sexual orientation, and personal values. Understanding puberty is important because it helps you understand what is happening to your body. It helps parents inform their teens and give any advice, which is really important when children are confused on what's going on. It gives you the power in being able to make knowledgeable decisions, which is always important in case you don't make any safe decisions. There are lots of impacts of puberty in adolescence. There's mood swings, rapid growth, which is usually when boys see growth spurts. It's essential for development. Usually, it tends to cause a lot of social impacts where children want to make more friends, they need belonging, acceptance, and usually when personal fables come into the mix. It also has a huge effect on mental health. This is due to the fact that you're experiencing a lot of changes, you're getting mood swings, you're taking things more personal, so it can also have a negative or positive impact. The relevant terms I chose were hormones, which are chemical messengers, like I said earlier, estrogen and testosterone, that trigger changes in the body. Secondary sex characteristics, which are physical traits not directly related to reproduction, like when breast develops, the facial hair, and things like that. Identity formation, which is developing a sense of self, which was Erikson's theory. And I also included a YouTube video called Puberty and the Hormones Involved.
Testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. Hormones, as you have learned in a previous lesson, are chemical messengers secreted by glands and have specific target organs. In this lesson, you will learn about hormones that stimulate changes to your body during puberty. Puberty is the time frame when secondary sexual characteristics develop. In other words, when a boy matures physically to a man and a girl to a woman. In males, your testes secrete a hormone called testosterone, also known as the male hormone. Testosterone stimulates a wide variety of physiological changes, including increased body hair, especially on your face and in your armpits, more muscle mass, and your voice deepening. As well, testosterone also stimulates sperm cell production in your testes. In females, the hormone responsible for physical changes during puberty is estrogen. It is secreted by your ovaries and is responsible for some body hair growth, widening of the hips, and development of breasts. Estrogen also plays an important role in regulating the menstrual cycle, as described in more detail in another lesson. It thickens the uterus lining in anticipation of ovulation, which is the release of a mature egg from an ovary. In addition, estrogen stimulates the pituitary gland to secrete the luteinizing hormone, which is directly responsible for ovulation. Progesterone is another hormone secreted by your ovaries and works to maintain the uterus lining thickened by estrogen. This continues to occur even during pregnancy, so to support the growing fetus. In conclusion, the development of secondary sexual characteristics during puberty is stimulated by testosterone in males and estrogen in females. Estrogen and progesterone are important hormones in regulating the menstrual cycle in females.
And I included my sources. Thank you.